Hey guys, this is Drew from ZP Reviews, doing my last video of the night. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. So let me get started. This one's going to be short and sweet, and it's about inspections for your product. Now, I mentioned that I was going to reach out to people on Alibaba and show you that. I have compiled it. I just want to say, use a fake name when you do business with people in China, because they will spam all of your stuff and you know what I mean? They'll find you. I hate it. It's like I love and hate them, because it's like sometimes it's great value. Some of these suppliers are really going out of their way to get, good sellers, but you gotta know the tricks of the trade. So needless to say, let's talk about inspections and why you need them. So the greatest pitfall of any Amazon FBA seller is poor quality products. You could have everything I've talked about, every last thing, where you've done it all right, and you say you paid for $3,000 or $4,000 in inventory, and you're sitting pretty. It's like, it's coming to my listing, it's super exciting, and then all of a sudden it gets to their warehouse and Amazon says, this ain't packed right. Or better yet, you sell it, and then all of a sudden you get negative reviews because people are saying something's broken off. This thing has, damage. It's crap. And all of a sudden, what was gonna just be, may have been just a handful, Amazon might take your whole listing down. Say you can't sell. You make poor quality crap. You don't want that to be you. And it's bad enough because it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's hard, but if you're just getting into business, it isn't that easy to go through the whole sourcing period. You got to spend your 30% on your inventory, and then 70% later you're always worried because you don't see that person overseas. That's why I kind of recommend now, if you can, check around for US suppliers, especially with this political climate. Might not be a bad idea. I'm not saying you can't still use Alibaba, but inspection service, and this is mainly when you don't have much of a trust relationship. It's and you're probably not going to develop this really quick. You have the inspection, because you know what's going to happen when you do the inspection. Now your 70% is not about did it get to America. Trust me, all of these companies can get your products overseas. They can, whether it's a freight forwarder or DHL or FedEx or UPS or whatever. They'll get your products there. That's not the issue. The issue is when they're over there in their warehouse and they're jamming their production line, and they're saying, all right, get it done, next order. This is how factories work. They're filling up the day trying to get out as many products, not just your product, but everyone that they fulfill orders for. And some of these places are unscrupulous, and they, some have very high quality standards. And if you guys are into Patreon, I can tell you this is actually like industry experience, but how to read some of these inspection reports from overseas. But many of them, especially trading companies, be very careful. I always like to go with manufacturers when I source, but they will ship you a pile of junk, especially if you get cheap products. Like if you're getting a product that's in that less than $15 range, not $15 range to source it, but you're gonna sell it for that, so you're under $1, $2 products. This is where it's notorious. So whereas if you get an inspection, you're gonna have guys go out there and they're gonna go through and they're going to look at generally a percentage. In engineering, we do 30-piece samples. Generally, you're going to see somewhere they're going to charge you on a pro rata basis. So it's either going to be 3 samples, a quick and dirty. That's the Alibaba standard. And then the one that we like to use is Asia inspection. And they'll give you a very detailed report in English, right? And they'll let you know, and they're not going to BS you. They're going to get you the right thing, the right time, the first time. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is you spend all that money and then you get a pile of junk. It's absolutely don't let that happen to you, because that could sink you, and then you're out money. You're in this crappy situation where you did all this work to source a product from one supplier, and then it's all down the drain. So I gotta say, get an inspection service. There's only one that I recommend. I actually got this one from Matt. It was Asia Inspection. They're very professional. They understand. And then furthermore, if you're not super familiar with the lingo, they understand that as well. They know what you want. They know what the end result is that don't let bullcrap get shipped. And that's what you need. And you need people that you can trust out there. And I know that was one that we lucked out. We lucked out where we said we didn't need it. We just, you know what? Praise God, you know, like thank God nothing went bad, but it could have. And we've had to, like, once we started trying to do other products that required, you know, had higher requirements, more difficulty in manufacturing them, you have to, especially if you get into electronics, especially, like, if you have something that's intricate or is easily destroyed, or maybe destroyed in transit, maybe even destroyed or damaged in the manufacturing process, and you'd be surprised. Coming from industry, you'd be surprised what can happen on that shop floor, and then they'll say, well, we'll sneak it in the box. And they say, like, the worker doesn't know you. The sales reps know you from China, right? But not the people on the floor. So the inspection service is that peace of mind. It's definitely not a fluffy expense. It's not something, it may not seem you get value add, but like, quality is everything. Because if you know that your entire box is good, and now when the customers receive your products, you're so much farther ahead than many sellers that allow bullcrap to get through. This is why there's so many listings that can't get above 4 stars, that can't reach into that 4.5 and above, and it's because their product inherently has problems. Because on average, a certain percentage of them are defective, and this is a fact of manufacturing. Don't trust anyone that says that they have 100% go through. Like, Six Sigma is 99.96, I think, right? Most places over there aren't that. You're going to see like 95. But that means the 5% can get to you, ruin your product's reputation, your business reputation. I hadn't said it. I'm glad I'm saying it. I'm going to shut it off. I think I lied. There's one more video coming. It's me and my partner. But yeah, now I wanted to tell you guys that. One last thing. Yes, get an inspection. You don't want to be stranded. You know, I'll even include a link to a freight forwarder, because in case you have like a large order, or if you have a product that's like super heavy and it's just not cost effective to do DDP, I'll put that too. But don't make that mistake. Get your inspection, do it the right way, and get your product safely, and happy earnings, right? So once again, this is Drew from ZP Reviews. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, thanks guys.